Okay, boys and girls, we are ready to do our weaving with our beads. So I have my pattern here. It took me some time to figure out the number of beads I had and the colors, choices, or pattern that I've chosen. So once I got that all worked out, now I am ready to go. So you're going to grab about a 2-foot piece of your string or yarn that's in your package, and we're going to tie one end to our loom. So I'm just going to go under the first string and I'm going to cross it over, tuck it under, and knot it. If you want to do it twice, you can do that twice. So just over the loop, underneath, and pull it tight. Okay, we'll just move that strand out of the way. Now for simple threading of your needle, I'm using a darning needle. You might be using a plastic needle. Just make sure that it goes through your bead, which I believe this one does. Yes. So a trick for threading it is, I'm not sure if you can see that, I have some Scotch tape on the end here, but you can also use like a little piece of masking tape. So just tear a little piece of masking tape and put it on the end of your wool and just wrap it around. Nice and tightly, and then you'll be able to thread it through your needle. I believe a piece of paper works well too. I had a little piece of paper here that I could show you. If you took a little piece of paper, I'm just going to trim this off, and you fold it in half, put your I'm going to trim that down a bit. Fold it in half, put your cut end in there, and then you can also thread that through. So either way works. So whatever you have handy, and then I'm just going to remove that. Okay, so now we're ready for our beads. So I'm looking at my first row here, and I've decided to color it in all solid because I had more purple than white. So I'm going to put on my 5 purple beads. And I'm going to slide it all the way down my yarn. And I'm going to position them inside, in between each little row. What you want to do at the end here, so we're on top. Now we need to go underneath. So we need to go under this string here. So I'm just going to turn this around and slide my fingers underneath here. So I want to go underneath the wool and into the bead. So under the wool and through the bead all the way across. Once you get that first one going, you probably set it back down. And if these are pressed in between the little rows, you should be able to stay underneath, going all the way across. So I'm coming through, pulling it. Now I don't want to pull it too tight, but now if I lift up, none of those beads are going to come out. They are all secure. So if they're lifting up, you know you haven't gone underneath that time. So the second row, yeah, we're going to go on top. So now I'm going to check off that I've done this row, and I'm going to do the next one. So I have a white, 3 purple, and another white. Slide those all the way down. Once you get that first row started, the next are much easier. So those are going to fit in there nicely now. So again, I want to go underneath this string. So underneath and under all the way across, going through every bead with my needle. Pull it through. So I haven't just gone under the string, I've made sure I've gone through each bead. Again, you can test it, make sure none of those beads lift up. If they do, you've missed something. Okay, I've done my second row. Third row are 2 white, a purple, and 2 white. Slide them all the way down my string, line them in between the little compartments, going underneath and through the bead. So under, through each bead. I don't know if you can see that, but my needle's going through each bead underneath the wool. Pull it all the way through, and again, just test. Yes, they're all attached. If they're not, you're just going to pull your thread out and redo it. So I'm going to continue on with my pattern. I've got row 3 done, and I'm going to continue off, or finish off, sorry, the rest of my belt, and then we'll come back in another video and I'll show you how to tie it off. Thank you.